And so welcome back guys to our vertebral series based on Pisces, Amphibians and Reptile. The last time we stopped at question 24, we'll continue from 25. Cold-blooded animals are referred to as poikilothermic. Correct answer is option A, poikilothermic. Cold-blooded animals are animals that whenever the weather is cold, their blood becomes cold. They are called cold-blooded, right? Now, whenever the weather is warm, similar thing. Example is a lizard. Now, humothermic or warm-blooded animals are animals that whether the weather is cold or warm, their blood is actually independent. Their blood temperature is constant. Okay. 26. Which of the organism has lost its pentadictyl limb structure? Pentadictyl here meaning like it has 5 fingers. The correct answer is the fish, option B. 27. Which of the following combination differentiate a bony fish from a cartilaginous fish? Now, I would like you to jot these points down about bony fish and cartilaginous fish. On your left hand side, bony fish, draw the table, and on the right hand side, cartilaginous fish. I'm going to state out 7 major points about bony fish first, then I'll state out similar 7 major points about cartilaginous fish. The first point of bony fish is they are either marine or freshwater. Number 1. Number 2, the skeletons of bones. Their skeletons are of bones. Number 3, their scales are cycloid. Cycloid is spelled Cycloid, cycloids, and are not overlapping. Open bracket, cycloid means scales that are thin, round overlapping plates of bones. That's what cycloids mean. Cycloid scales, that's what they are. Number, close bracket, full stop, then you continue. Number 4, presence of gill covers. Hence, gill silt is not visible in bony fish. Number 5, mouth is terminal. Number 6, fertilization is external fertilization. And number 7, laterally flattened body. Now, let's move to cartilaginous fishes. Number 1, they are only found in marine waters. Number 2, their skeleton is made up of cartilage or gristles. Gristles is spelled Gristles. Number 3, the scales are placoid and are overlapping. Placoid is spelled Placoid, and it means the scales are they have teeth-like appearance. Number 4, no gill cover. Cartilaginous fish do not have gill cover. Hence, they possess visible gill silt. Number 5, the mouth is ventral. Number 6, fertilization is internal. And number 7, they possess a dorsal-ventrally flattened body. Next, I would like us to write down examples of both bony fish and cartilaginous fish. Bony fish, example, goldfish, mackerel. They ask these two a lot. Tilapia is also a bony fish. Now, next, cartilaginous fishes, example, dogfish, shark, skate, and stingray. Stingray is spelled Sting, ray. The skate is spelled Skates. These are cartilaginous fishes. Let's get back to our question. Which of the following combination differentiates a bony fish from a cartilaginous fish? So it is definitely option C. Absence of gill silt. Bony fish, they don't have absence of gill silt. It is there, but it is covered. Remember. So absence of gill silt, I. Possession of bony skeleton, do not forget, and IV. Possession of dorsal ventrally flattened body. Question. That's option C, right? I. Which of the following combination differentiate a bony fish from a cartilaginous fish? The dorsal ventrally possession of laterally compressed body. Okay, IV. Laterally compressed body, because option 5, dorsal-ventrally flattened body, belongs to cartilaginous fish. So, correct answer is option C. You could also cross-check the note you've jotted down just now. 28. Which is the most important adaptation of a bony fish to life in water? Which is the most important adaptation? The most important adaptation is the possession of streamline shape. Which helps it to create little or no resistance to its movement in water. Little or no resistance to its movement in water. Next question 29. So next question 29, let's go. In which of the following vertebrate does the skin function as a respiratory surface? Now, I would first want us to take down a short note. Right, toad slash frogs. Toad slash frogs. They actually they respire by about 4 different methods or respiration. Right, toad or frog, open bracket, respiration, full stop, so the note is not too bulky. Number 1, mouth or buccal respiration. Number 2, skin or cutaneous respiration, so they could actually respire through their skin. Number 3, lung or pulmonary respiration, they also use their lungs. And number 4, gills, but open bracket, right, only in tadpole stage. Only in tadpole stages. Let's go back to our question. In which of the following vertebrates does the skin function as a respiratory surface? Option D is the correct answer, frog or toad. Okay. 30. In which of the following groups of vertebrates are animals with backbones? Would the largest amount of yolk be found in the egg? The largest amount of yolk be found in the egg. Now, point to note, mammals do not lay egg except for primitive mammals such as, example, scaly anteater and dog-bill platypus. I'll spell dog-bill platypus for you. D-U-C, then you put a dash, B-I-L-L-E-D, then you give space, P-L-A-T-Y-L-P-U-S. Next, I'd like you to jot this. I would like you to also jot down next line. Birds, B-I-R-D-S, birds have more yolk than reptiles. Birds have more yolk than reptiles. So question 30 is option. But in which of the following groups of vertebrates would the largest amount of yolk be found? Birds have more yolk, but here you don't see birds or aves. Mammals, no. Fishes, no. Amphibians cannot be. It's between aves, which are birds, and reptiles. And in this case, since there is no ave or birds, you'd pick reptiles. 30 is option D. 31. The structure that prevents food particles from escaping through the fish gills are called gill. 31 is option C, gill rakers. We've touched this previously in question 22. 32. The possession of scales, laying of eggs with shell and bony structure of the head are characteristic shares by 32. They are characteristic shared by, let's see, fishes and birds. They share these characteristics. Okay, fishes and birds. But I'd like you to note this. If you jot this down, it's also okay. The scales of birds are confined to their legs only. 33. The key event in the transition of amphibians from water to land is 33 is replacement of gills with lungs, because in water you perform respiration with the gills, but when you go on the land, you step on the land, you make use of your gills. 34. The set of fins that control steering, balancing, and change of direction and pitch in fish is, if you've jotted down the note already, this could be of massive help to you. So I'm just going to hit on the right answer here, and I will move on. If you do not have the note, you go back to get the note. 34 is option B. Pectoral and pelvic fins, that's what they help for steering, balancing, and changing the direction, and also for the pitch. 35. Amphibians are normally found on. First, I would like you to jot this down. 35. Jot. Toad are mostly found on the land. Toads are mostly found on the land, while frogs are frogs in the water. Okay, so you only see toad. The ones you see most times on the land, they are called toad. While to see frogs a lot, they spend most of their time in the water. But you could also see toad in the water during the raining season. Next, they return to water for breeding and egg laying. They both return to water for breeding and egg laying. That's for amphibians. Next point, jot down. Reptiles always lay their egg on land, even though they live in water. So even crocodiles, they want to lay their eggs, they come out of the water a bit and go on the land. Reptiles, they lay their eggs on land, though they live in water. But amphibians, it's like the opposite. For toad is more toad is more on the land, but when it's time to lay eggs, it goes back to the water. The frog, you find it most times in the water too, but it could also survive on the land a bit. So toad and frog, they are more on water, and they are amphibians, common amphibians, you know. So question 35 is option B. So what's option B? In water and on moist land. Because if you say dry land, no. Most times the land needs to be moist, like rainy season, before they come out. Next question, 36 to 37. Use the diagram below to answer the question 36 and 37. The correct evolutionary sequence of the organism represented is from fish, amphibian, reptile, birds, and mammals. That's option D. Option D. Fish, IV, amphibians, okay? Birds, then mammal. IV, II, and I. You get? So, IV, I, and I. Option D. Ovoviparity is a type of fertilization exhibited by the organism labeled. Now, I would like us to take down a short note. Right. Is actually ovoviviparity. So I think there's a mistake there. Ovoviviparity, and it's spelled Ovoviviparity. Ovoviviparity is possible in certain fishes. Now, take down note. Mode of fertilization or types of fertilization. 1. Oviparity. Oviparity. Put an hyphen and write laying of eggs which later hatch into young animals. Example, fishes, open bracket, internal fertilization, and toad or frogs, open bracket, external fertilization. They perform oviparity. So you lay egg, then it's fertilized by the male, and subsequently it is hatched into a newborn. That is oviparity. Number 2, viviparity. Viviparity. The young ones are born alive. Number 3, ovoviviparity. Right, fertilized eggs remain in the body until it hatches into a young one that is born alive. An example is the guppy. Guppy is spelled Guppy. You could check it up. Guppy. Number 4, all mammals are viviparity, except for primitive mammals such as monotremes. And examples of monotremes are spiny anteater, we talked about these primitive mammals, and duck-bill platypus, spelled D-U-C, put a dash, B-I-L-L-E-D, then platypus, P-L-A-T-Y-P-U-S, platypus. So question 37 is ovoviviparity is a type of fertilization exhibited by. 37 would likely go with option D, IV, a certain type of fish. We said that example of the fish is called guppy. So it carries ovoviviparity. The egg will remain in the body until it hatches. Then the young one is born alive. 38. The presence of endoskeleton is a characteristic of vertebra. So most vertebra, they have skeleton inside of them. Use the next question. Use the figure below to answer question 39 to 40. A noticeable adaptation of the animal to its aquatic habitat is the possession of. 39 is option C. It possesses webbed digits. Webbed digit naturally helps it to move in water. 40. The possession of water. The processes of water loss and intake indicated by the arrows. These arrows. Here's this one. Water loss, water intake, water loss. Indicated by the arrows labeled I and II are respectively, question 40, let's see, evaporation and osmosis. This one, the water leaves by evaporation, while the movement of water from where it is less concentrated to where it's more, from where it's more concentrated to where it's less concentrated, is called osmosis. So this one is option D. Fourth is option D. We'll end this video on question 41. The order of evolutionary advancement of the above. The order of evolutionary advancement of this, the above, is option. We'll take it in the next video. Now, once you've gotten to this part, well done. If this is your first time watching this video, do well to leave a subscription. Do well to click on the subscription button. That will help us a lot. And again, if you've been able to jot down the note, snap and tag this video and send on the WhatsApp group for assessment. And lastly, should you have questions on any part, there's a part you still find confusing or you do not agree with, I would like you to drop your questions in the comment section or on the WhatsApp group. You could also invite friends to come join us and learn. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.